And a very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Lord with the CBC Evening News. And our top story, there is a new Calypso King in town. Mr. Blood dethroned reigning King Iweb to be named the 2018 Courtesy Mount Gay Pickety Crop Monarch, as we hear from Kishmar Sinjus.
33 years after making his first appearance at the Pickety Crop Calypso finals, Mr. Blood has captured his first title. Since 1985, when he became the youngest person to ever be among the 10 finalists, Mr. Blood has been a consistent contender in the competition. He was confident with his two songs, Stars and Stripes and Sexual Harassment, going into the finals. Mr. Blood, who represents the Big Shore tent, performed at position number 5. His performances earned him 104 points and a victory he described as overwhelming.
I'm lost for words.
You've worked so hard. When we check back the amount of times you came here, it worked out to be about 26, 27.
Yes.
And every time you came, you left so brokenhearted. But this is a different time.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't really say brokenhearted, just a little bit disappointed. But you know, tonight it felt right from the beginning to the end, and I just crossed my fingers and hope that the judges would see it in my favor, and they did, and I'm really happy for that.
Mr. Blood was presented with the winning trophy by Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley. Among his other prizes, a Nissan X-Trail and a check for $10,500. Mr. Blood, when quizzed on whether he will defend his crown come 2019, had this to say.
We will see. We will see. We will see. I'm here, and I will be an automatic entry into the finals, so it's all up to how we feel. But of course, if the people they want me to defend for them next year, I will defend for, because that's what I'm here for, my people. I thank you so much.
And this is the young lady
who wrote the song Stars and Stripes.
Donella placed second with 87 points. AC, who was first to perform before the large crowd at Kensington Oval, came third. Fourth was Crystal Cummins Beckles, and fifth, Colin Spencer. 2017 King Iweb failed to place in the top 5. The other finalists to take to the stage were Billboard, Kidside, Structure, and Jude Clark. Kishmar Sinjus, CBC News.
Well, after the finals, the action shifted from the stage to the streets of Bridgetown for the 4-day morning jam. This is the very first time in 4 years that both events were held on the same night. And from all indications, both of them came off incident-free.
Albeit a smaller turnout than past years, thousands still took to the streets for the 4-day morning jam. This time around, over 30 bands moved off from the 3 starting points in the city and made their way to Spring Garden Highway.
We came up with the concept Red Watch, which is a play on the victory we had during the election. We catered to 150 people. Everyone had a great time. We had mud on the road, paint on the road, powder on the road, lots of vibes, lots of fun, clean fun. And I think everyone had a good time.
The band, brilliant for 2018. I can't complain. Last year, we had 174. This year, we're taking 250 on the road. And we had a great time. Black Cat sound system, providing sound system on us. Drinks never run out. We make sure of that. So we have a fantastic time so far.
It was great. Could have been a lot better. Timing was too late. I believe that the NCF should really resort back to putting the finals on the Saturday night, because look at the time we are down on the highway. I usually like to start at Queen's Park, and I usually like to be early.
Both locals and visitors watched the action from the sidelines.
I come all the way from St. Vincent, but I see nothing new.
Nothing at all?
No, same old thing.
I think the band's taking a little bit too long to come down, but the ones that surpass seem to be well populated, and everyone seems to be enjoying themselves.
It was bam bam bam. It was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. It was good so far. I don't mind coming back here. It was good. Yeah.
At the end, Lil Rick created history, taking all the top spots in the jam tune sponsored by the National HIV/AIDS Commission. Both of his hits, Bennett and Mother Sally, tied for first place. Rick also captured the 3rd place in another tie. His Breakfast in Bed shared the spot with Jaguar the Champ's Correction Time. Rianne Phillips, CBC News.
Health inspectors will be out in full force this long weekend as Barbadians celebrate the last lap of crop over. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Kenneth George says the Ministry of Health remains concerned about how food is prepared on a large scale for public consumption. He says the ministry continues to host workshops on proper food handling practices for vendors, and by this time, all those selling food must have their certificates and the relevant paperwork in order. Dr. George says that inspectors will be taking no chances.
The basic takeaway is make sure that when you're preparing your foods, you wash your hands before, after foods, when you go to use the bathroom, etc. These are very, very simple measures that will go a long way. And finally, the inspectorate, the Environmental Health Department, will be out in full force. They are now going to have a quiet crop over. So they're going to be out making sure that food practices are done properly. If they need to discard food because they feel that food is contaminated with whatever, they will be doing that. However, they're doing so to make sure that the public at large is protected.
A veteran designer believes that more young people should be taught the art of costume making. Charles Mendoza is worried that the art form may die since many more costumes are imported and the knowledge of how they're made is lost. Here's Sean Farrell.
Charles Mendoza is a veteran designer who's passionate about costume design. He spent over 3 decades behind the scenes creating masterpieces for young and old.
I believe it should start from schools, you know. Cause like papier-mâché. Let me take papier-mâché. I used to do papier-mâché in school. And you learn shapes and forms from that time. And then the wire came in from the old masters like. Like Sergio Gomez, you know, sit over las squares. Noble, all these fellas was masters in wire.
Next year, he hopes to organize classes with the National Cultural Foundation for Children.
I would like to, ready sometime next year, to come back and do a workshop, okay, with wire bending and so on, you know. So I don't know, I've sent in to the NCF if they would have me. 2-3 weeks would be a good thing.
This year, he helped the Northern Mass Band team with their costumes. And 7-year-old Zidane Hurley was among those who got a chance to work on their own pieces.
It was fun. I got to braid on the braids on the like these stems here. It was actually really good to stick it on. I loved it.
Mr. Mendoza hopes his offer will be accepted and he'll be able to pass on his knowledge. Sean Farrell, CBC News.